Hey, what's going on, guys? So I figured I'd drop in and do a little video. So the last few videos I posted were pretty bad, but anyway, so since that last group of videos went up, I kind of dove more into a different hobby. So over the past, I think, 2 years, I've dove deep into my model railroading addiction and everything else, and I'll call it that because of what you see in front of you. So I went from N-scale or HO scale to N-scale. The only reason why I did that is I moved from my previous address where I had a switching layout to an apartment on the other side of town. I still live in the same area. So with that being said, after deliberations around Thanksgiving last year, I figured I would switch to N-scale, so that way I could have a layout in the space I've got. This is not, it's like a bedroom, but not a bedroom. But anyway, I have, I wouldn't say switched, but I've adjusted a few things to where the layout that this video is being recorded on is actually the second layout I've had. The first one suffered a collapse late last year. So this is just more of an update type deal. I'm not going to show the layout full in this video yet, but I have made quite a few changes, so to speak. The first one is, I moved into an apartment. This is like a secondary room. Not a bedroom, but it's a secondary room. It works pretty good. I've got room to move on the outer edge and the outer edge and inside the layout itself. The last layout wasn't built like this. This one has proper bench work. As you can see, the foam and everything's down. Some scenery still lasts, or it still made it through from the last layout. If I can get over on the camera. Oh crap! I'll fix that. Anyway, so what you see, so what you see, that is it's a foam and plaster mountain that come off the first layout. It's approximately in the same spot, but there will be another one where the camera is sitting. I do plan on making uploads, but they won't be as frequent as most people. This is my first video, I think, in 4 or 5 years. Might not be that. It may be, may not be the same difference, but anyway, this is something I figured I would do. Whereas now I am not single, but I'm living on my own. But right now, where I'm in between jobs, I figured I'd film a few videos and just update a few things. Like I said, I don't really want to go deep right now. I know I got a couple other videos lined up for today. I would review the locomotive that you see in front of you. That is my Scale Trains AC 4400. It's DCC ready. I've had that approximately a month, and I think I finally got it running. And I ran it a few times a couple nights ago and got it broke in real good and stuff like that. And I've been working on some scenery and stuff on a couple different spots to the layout, so I'll go ahead and just show you this. So this is one of the biggest scenes on the layout. This is going to be a creek. This is meant to kind of represent bits and pieces of Kentucky and Virginia between Roanoke and Bluefield and stuff like that. But it's still a pretty large work in progress. I've got, I'd say, probably 25 to 30% of the layout covered in full scenery. Most of it's not done, as you can see in front of you. Like I said, where the camera's sitting, there will be a mountain. I've got to make a few other changes, but they'd be boring videos. So I guess I'm not quite sure on what to film next, but I may do a few running videos and stuff like that in the near future while I'm still kind of in between jobs and working on the layout. Every now and then, I'm not doing it all the time. As I went back to school, I've got my Class A so I can drive a tractor trailer. But that's a side note. So to give you a kind of background on the layout, this is supposed to be the Norfolk Southern lines from Roanoke to Bluefield, although it's not nowhere close. It's a representation. I've got pictures and stuff. I've got two major scenes on the layout. I've got a coal loadout kind of behind me. And then to the left of the camera, there is a small station scene that represents Christiansburg in the late 80s, right after passenger service ended. I'm still waiting on somebody to release a proper Norfolk and Western kit like the one in Christiansburg. But I've got a British Metcalf kit standing in right now that's doing a pretty good job. So, and if I do kind of do a layout overview, which might be my next video, you'll see I've got a few different British or UK style structures that are standing in for American ones, because right now I'm not wanting to dump a lot of money into kit or structures, as I'm still trying to get the layout and everything the way I want. So, so far, I've had no problems. I've had to change track plans a couple of times, but that's on me. That's one thing. I will change stuff periodically. The other big thing is I'm going to start switching to DCC. That's going to be a lot of work, so I'll probably be doing that off camera. But I figured I would hop on here and just kind of give you guys an update on why I haven't been heard from. I've stepped out of the die-cast hobby altogether. I've sold everything except for a few pieces that belong to my girlfriend. And I've started kind of picking up locomotives and cars and stuff between trades and buying a few things and stuff like that. So the next big step, I'd say, is after the DCC is to keep working on the layout, try and get everything lined up the way I want it to, finish up major parts of the scenery, which I've been working on very slowly, as evident with the river. The river has been in this state and drying for approximately a month. I don't think I'll add water, but I may figure out something that will resemble water that I can just lay in there for the time being. So, yeah, it's just it's a work in progress. And so far, I'm happy with the way things went. So, to kind of end this ordeal, I'll show you some of my cars. But I'm still working on getting a few of them done. Like I said, I modeled Norfolk Southern in the 80s, the late 80s and 90s up to about 2005. So I've got a mix of stuff so far. But anyway, with the caboose going by, and that being said, this is the first video of many for the new layout. And I will kind of try and keep up with posting at least one video a week. If not, I will have one community post a week, which I've got to figure out how to set that stuff up. So anyway, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video, and I will see how progress goes, and I'll update you as I go along. Thank you, guys.